Okay, so hi guys, hello everyone. Welcome to Coded Nodes first session of ASP.NET Core. In this tutorial, we will go through what the fundamentals and why ASP.NET Core is popular and going to be popular in the Microsoft Stack development. Okay, so before starting with the fundamentals, since we will be trying some live examples, so for that we will need to get our development environment ready. So for that, since ASP.NET Core is supporting a number of any text editor will work for it. So very popular IDE other than Visual Studio 2019 is Visual Studio Code. Okay, so we are not going to try Visual Studio Code here. So in this session, we will be sticking to Visual Studio 2019 and we will be going for community version which is free for learning purpose from the Microsoft. So to set up that, let's see what are the steps we have to follow. So what we have to do is we have to visit the official website of Microsoft for Visual Studio version. So if you land on this page, you will be able to see there are three options available: community, professional, enterprise. So we will go for community 2019, and then once we hit the download, we will get an exe downloaded on our machine. So I have already set up on my machine, that's why I'm having this exe, and you will get this similar one. Once you run this exe, you will get the installation process started. You just have to follow the wizard, so you will get the similar kind of screen where it will ask where it will automatically download its dependencies and install simultaneously. Once it's done, the setup is done. Next step is you will get screen something like you will have to choose the workloads. So what do you mean by workloads? So what now 2017 onwards the setup is a bit changed, the process is changed. So while setting up, they have divided into various workloads. So for what purpose you need this Visual Studio? So let's say for Azure development or Node.js development or Python development, or you want to just stick to ASP.NET web development. So accordingly it will load the package and install whatever its dependencies, whatever dependencies it needs. So since I had already checked only for ASP.NET and web development, so it is showing me that it is already installed. If I want to modify my setup, let's say I want to include some other workload, I can go ahead and check that and continue with okay. So here we have some unwanted pop-up. Let's close it. So this is so this you have to just select ASP.NET and web development, that will be sufficient for our session, and you just follow and these steps and get the installation completed. Once installation is completed, it may ask for restart of the machine. You can just go ahead and restart the machine, and you after the setup you should be able to get the Visual Studio 2019 community added on your machine. So you can just go ahead, and this is Visual Studio 2019. To open that, you can just go ahead and click on this. It will just open the IDE for us, which we are going to use this for development. Okay, so since we have our IDE ready, so Visual Studio will take care of everything, like setting up the environment variables and loading the package and everything. So we don't have to bother about those things. So now we are going to create a project, ASP.NET Core project for us, just empty one, just to see how it works in Visual Studio 2019. So here if you show, this is the first widget I got from Visual Studio 2019. So what I have to do here, these are different options. So I will go ahead and say that I want to create a new project. So the first step, create new project, and now here it is. So here we have different options. So what kind of software I am going to develop, accordingly they have divided into application categories, project categories, like whether I have to create a console application or ASP.NET or a web application. Okay, and if it is console application, so do you want to use the C sharp as the scripting language, or VB as a scripting language? So as per our selection, it will create the project. So what we are going to do here, we are going to create a ASP.NET Core web application. So this is going to support this Linux environment, Mac OS, Windows, and it is going to have cloud and service web also. And the scripting language it will support is C sharp, this selection. So we'll go for this and we will select next, and then it will ask for the application name. So put it node first sample project. It will ask for, so you can change the directory where you want to save your project, and solution name, if you want to just change, you can give a different name to it. And then we will go ahead and just hit create. So after hitting create, it will ask for us for one more selection, which is that what kind of web application it is. So are you going to create the REST APIs, or it is going to be a simply web application? So if you select this web application, there is another framework introduced like Razor Pages. If you are comfortable in MVC framework, you can select MVC. Okay, so but we are not going to follow these frameworks. We are going to just create a simple empty ASP.NET Core project. So you can select empty, and we can go ahead and say create. So it will now start creating the first application in the Visual Studio Community 2019. So when the project is ready, if you are familiar with .NET framework web application, so you might see some slight a lot of restructuring in the project structure. So in web application in .NET framework, it can be ASP.NET Web Forms, or it can be ASP.NET MVC. You find web.config in each and every application. There is global.sx file which is having our application events. You won't find any such things in ASP.NET Core projects, because completely the architecture is changed in ASP.NET Core, and that's what we are going to see in upcoming sessions, that how it is changed, what are the changes. So here if you can see, this is the project, and we cannot see any web.config file or any references folder. So here they have changed. So corresponding to references, there it's now well organized. Name is dependencies, which says that what are the external dependencies or external projects on which this project is going to be dependent on. So this is the dependencies section. If you go ahead and add some NuGet packages into that, so it will add accordingly. Here we will have properties. It's almost same as what we had in .NET framework. App settings.json, it's very flexible JSON file to hold our configurable keys. You can give different section, you can organize however you want, and you can use the configuration package to read that. So we will be looking into this aspect also in our upcoming sessions. Program.cs, so we can say in one statement that each and every ASP.NET Core application is nothing but a console application. This console application is always an entry point. Okay, and this is startup file. So this startup file will help you and give you more flexibility that how your HTTP request will be getting processed. You the developer is having complete control over that. We didn't had that much flexibility and control in .NET framework, but we have in this ASP.NET Core. Using this startup class, we can do whatever we want. This is one of the topic we are going to cover in our fundamentals session. So I hope you will be by next session you will be ready with your development environment and post me the any questions or any feedback on my email ID like codednode at gmail.com, and let me know if you have any concerns. Thank you. And last slide, that it's not only that Visual Studio 2019 community is the only IDE. If your other IDEs, as I Visual Studio Code is very popular. Other one is Sublime, and one more is Bracket. So these are very popular lightweight IDEs. If you are developing in Linux environment, certainly you do not have Linux distribution of Visual Studio, I guess. So in that case, you will need some text editors, and Visual Studio Code will be a lot more helpful in that case. So where will you find Visual Studio Codes? This is the official website. You can visit there, and this is the landing page for Visual Studio. You can download if you even for Windows and even for Linux. You have the uh, Visual Studio Code, and it's simply very lightweight text editor, and you can use this for ASP.NET Core web development. So thanks guys, thanks, have a good day, bye.